Hello, and welcome to the Good Vibes Lifestyle. This is where we raise our vibration and thrive together. So, I'm your host, Leslie Klein, and today is a very special day because we are preparing ourselves to receive one of the year's most powerful energetic gateways, the Lion's Gate portal. So let's talk about the astrology and what's happening. We'll look at the cosmos now and see what it's revealing this week, and how you can work with these energies instead of just experiencing them. So, as we know, the sun entered the sign of Leo on July 22nd. So, happy birthday to all our Leos this month. And Leo has to do with identity and courage, creativity, and authentic self expression. So, with the Leo energy, we ask ourselves, what makes my heart come alive? So, and as you're watching, let me know where you're watching from. And this is a live stream that I do every week. So you can interact with me during the live and even during the replay, because I will see your comments. So let me know where you're watching from. So that's what's going on with Leo. Now let's move to the sun, excuse me, from the sun to the moon. And what's going on with the moon is that we are in the waning moon phase because we had the full moon on July 29th, and we have a new moon that's coming up on August 12th, but it's not just a new moon, it is an eclipse. It is a total solar eclipse. Um, and we've got a comment. So here we go. Monique. Hi, Monique. She's saying hello. Hi, Monique. So glad that you're watching today. Thank you. And so we have this new moon portal that's coming up that's also a total eclipse. But what's important 4 days before that is that we've got this Lion's Gate portal. The peak of it is actually on 8/8, August 8th. So we are today 2 days away from the August 8th Lionsgate. And this is where we're invited to embrace courage, open our hearts, and let our authentic light shine more boldly. Think of the lion being king of the jungle. And another person saying hello. So I appreciate you interacting with me. So please comment, interact throughout the show. Okay, Lionsgate portal. So many people, okay, the Lionsgate portal is where we want to focus on heart-centered courage. Think of the lion, think of Leo. What would I create if I trusted my light more completely? That's one of the questions you can ask yourself during this time. So many people view this as the year's most powerful opportunities to pause, align with your highest vision, and consciously choose the future that you're creating. Leo reminds us to lead with courage and authenticity. While the symbolism is Sirius, which many consider our spiritual sun or star, and also the repeating numbers of 8, 1, 8, 8, and then 26 comes to an 8. So there's several combinations of 8 with this Lionsgate portal. The 8 encourage us to expand our awareness and to live from the heart. So a lot of people like this time for manifestation. It's a great time for abundance, manifestation, and this kind of thing. Plus, we've got Jupiter, the benefactor planet. I almost see Jupiter as like a Santa Claus almost. But Jupiter is conjunct Leo for several months. I want to say 18 months, but I'm not sure on that. But I know for a period, for several months, Jupiter will be in the sign of Leo. And so for Leos, this is expansion. These are blessings. These are a lot of good things coming to Leo. So, and we all have Leo in our chart somewhere. So it will impact you depending on where where the Leo is in your astrology chart. So this is a very important time if you participate, if you take advantage of these energies. And there are a couple of events happening. There are actually many events here. I just want to mention a couple of them. And one of them is with Kelly Kolodny. She's doing a special Lionsgate event this weekend. It is a paid event, but you can just go to her website and see, because she is doing it by, I think, a donation on the actual Lionsgate where you can actually participate for, whatever you feel like paying for it. And then there's another, and so that's theangelraphael.com is how you would get to Kelly Kolodny's event, find out about it. The other one I just found is this Unity. And let me share my screen, unity.com. And I liked it because, get the share screen, there we go. Bruce Lipton is going to be speaking. So let me make sure this is big enough for you to see. Here we go. And I have the link on the bottom there. It is the long link, but I will put it in the description. Let's see. Yeah, there's some funny characters out there, aren't they? Okay, so Lionsgate, this is the unity.com website. And so when you go to this link, you can sign up for the summit. This is happening on 8/8. Just need your email and name. And 8 portals, 8 teachers. So what they're doing is starting their event on the 8th, and then they're going to have a new video released every day for 8 days. So let's see, 8 portals, 8 teachers, 1 transformation. And we're going to have these different teachers each day. So we've got Bruce Lipton, Dr. Sue Morter, Tom Campbell, Craig Barrington, Mateus DiStefano, Lynn McTaggart, Matt Cook, and an 8th person that they haven't named just yet. So check this out. Just go to the website and then you can sign up for this. Each video will be showed for 24 hours and then the next one. And then if you wanted to have lifetime access to it, you can actually purchase their product or their subscription or whatever they have. So yeah, so this is all about the Lionsgate and another resource for you. And let me take this off the screen so we can move on to. So that is unity.com/en/Lionsgate/S1/opt-in. So sorry for that it's so confusing. It's a long link, but I will put it in the description after the show. So let us now talk about, so what's happening in August is not just the Lionsgate, not just Jupiter being in the sign of Leo, but we're also moving into eclipse season. And eclipse season happens about every 6 months. We have a pair of eclipses, and the eclipses always come in pairs. You have a new moon and a full moon. They always come during the new moons and full moons, and there's always a new moon and full moon within 2 weeks of each other. So with this eclipse season, what's important is that it creates a powerful period for reflection, release, and redirection. So again, August 12th is when we have the total solar eclipse. And I guess I don't have the time on there. And then the next one is the 27th to 28th, which will be a partial lunar eclipse. So depending on where you are in the world will determine what date that is. So eclipses and this eclipse window symbolizes acceleration, endings, beginnings, and course corrections. When you think of eclipses, they're like a triple new moon or a triple full moon. So this is the universe clearing the space for the next level of our evolution. And this is an important time to remember to shine your unique light and remember that you are part of a greater field of consciousness. So we all co-create our world together. And this is part of what the Aquarian energy is all about. It's about we, not me, but Leo is about me. So it's like the combination of how do we individually connect, or how we contribute to the collective. And so there's that balance there. So both the Lionsgate portal and the disclosure movement, this is UFO disclosure movement, invite us to expand our awareness. So one begins within and the other unfolds collectively. But both ask us to approach the unknown with curiosity, discernment, and an open heart. So let's take a look at this week's latest UAP developments. And let me add to the screen here my little slide. And if you didn't know it, here today, August 6th, is Hiroshima Day. This is the 81st anniversary of the atomic bombing of Hiroshima in Japan. Around the world, it's a day of remembrance, reflection, and a renewed commitment of peace. And this week, Danny Sheehan devoted his entire, or a lot of his full disclosure podcast to a theme that's been repeated by many experiencers over the years, and that is that non-human intelligences have consistently warned humanity about the dangers of nuclear weapons. So his message is that as disclosure moves forward, these reports deserve to be re-examined with fresh eyes. And Danny and his life partner Sarah have been very involved with, like, do you remember the um, 3 Mile Island nuclear incident that happened probably back in the 70s? Also here in Silkwood case, and those were all around nuclear power and people getting hurt because there weren't the proper regulations and this kind of thing. So he is very familiar with this nuclear issue. Um, but the other thing that he talks about is that Congress still remains the key battleground for UAP disclosure. And the big news still is that the House included Congressman Eric Burleson's UAP disclosure amendment in the House version of the NDAA, which is the National Defense Authorization Act. This amendment would establish an independent review board for UAP records. And this House version would require congressional involvement in approving that board rather than leaving it entirely under the executive branch control. So that there's power struggle happening within the government right now. The White House and the executive branch basically have been trying to take over some of this disclosure, by creating Pursue, by also wanting to have this review board under the White House in the executive branch, with Avilo being on the top. And then there's talk of Lou Elizondo being the head of it. And a lot of people don't trust him because he was part of the legacy program. So there's a lot going on. There's a power struggle. But the thing is, Congress, this is where we, the people, kind of rule our government, and our representatives are supposed to be representing what our will is, what the people's will is. And so many of us want disclosure. And for the reason of there's technology that we know is available, free energy, where they have devices that takes energy from the quantum field. So that means you don't have to pay for it, and that will totally transform the planet. But of course, the corporations and the oil industry and the powers that be that have built their billions of dollars on energy, they don't want to give up their power. They don't want to give up their money, their control, etc. So this is part of the conflict that's happening right now. So whistleblowers also lack confidence in Arrow, which is the office that was created from the Pentagon, where whistleblowers, UFO whistleblowers, are supposed to go and testify. Well, they did that over the last couple of years, and many of the whistleblowers feel like it was a catch and kill operation, where they were just luring these whistleblowers to come in, tell them all the information, and then just taking that information, hiding it, discrediting it, or or making it what do they call it, secret, classified, so that they can't tell anybody about it. So it makes it even worse. They're hiding that information, which is opposite of what the whistleblowers want to do. So people are concerned about that. Matthew Brown is one of the whistleblowers that have come out. He created an organization called Vanguard Enterprises, which is all about helping whistleblowers protect themselves. And their position is that stronger protections and independent review remain essential in this whole UFO issue. So you can watch the full episode here on YouTube at the New Paradigm Institute channel. So you could just go to YouTube and go to this New Paradigm Institute. Um, Let me put it up again and check it out. Or just go to YouTube and just search New Paradigm Institute. You'll find it. You'll find all the full disclosure episodes there. So let's talk about Citizens for Disclosure, which is the grassroots arm of the New Paradigm Institute, which Danny Sheehan is the president of. Sarah is the executive director. And there's a video, I did play it last week, but this explains what's happening and how we can actually take action by calling our senators. So this will explain a little bit. So I will see you on the other side of this 1-minute video.
For decades, the truth about UFOs, UAP. For decades, the truth about UFOs, UAP, and possible non-human intelligence has been buried behind classification and secrecy, hidden from Congress and from you. That's changing. The House just passed the UAP Disclosure Act, creating an independent board with real power to force disclosure.
The yeas are 216, the nays are 212, the bill is passed.
Now it's the Senate's turn. Without action, these reforms could get stripped out before the NDAA becomes law. We've waited decades. This is the moment. Contact your 2 senators today. Tell them, keep the UAP Disclosure Act in the NDAA and defend it to the end. Visit newparadigminstitute.org to send your message.
So I will give you that website again. It's just newparadigminstitute.org, and you'll see the Take Action section on there. So, also on that page is where you can become a Citizens for Disclosure volunteer, or you could just get the newsletter and just be in the know of what's happening, because there's so much disinformation out there. It's really important that we trust the sources we get our information from. And Danny Sheehan, New Paradigm Institute, I have my trust in completely. So I just want to let you know that option is available to you if you're interested in this subject. And really, everyone should be interested in this subject, because the ETs are here. Communication is happening amongst some people, but we haven't had full disclosure yet. So this is going to be a process. It's going to take some time to roll out, and for people to be just awakened to it, and I think accepting of it, and accepting of how this, I believe, is part of our human evolution from Homo sapiens really to Homo luminous, many say, which is the light being, us as light beings, a different kind of version of ourselves. All right. So as part of what I've been doing as far as programming, I've been holding these disclosure dialogues where I have several panelists from the Citizens for Disclosure. And the next one we just scheduled it, will happen on Wednesday, August 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. This one, I'm going to have all experiencers again to share their experiences. And it's just fascinating. And it is like this, a live stream where you can actually comment. So please put that on your calendar and join us live. And if you can't join us live, you can always watch the replay, and you can still, comment on there. All right. So, and if you wanted to see the latest disclosure dialogue that happened middle of July, just go to thistinyurl.com/disclosure dialogue 9. All right. And I've also been working on the Galactic Good Vibes series, which is a series of experiencers. So if you've enjoyed these conversations about consciousness, disclosure, humanity's place in the cosmos, check the series out, because you really get a good insight as to what these experiencers have encountered, and they're all different. So I've got 3 episodes so far. I'm working on episode 4, and you can watch the full episode. You can watch them in parts, but it's definitely very interesting information. And here's the link for the latest one with Natalie Hill. All right, so I want to shift gears a little bit here and get us prepared for our meditation. This is this week, because we've got the Lionsgate portal. This meditation is something that you can come back to and play actually on the Lionsgate on Saturday, 8/8. And of course, if you do it at 8:08 in the morning or 8:08 at night, that makes it even more kind of impactful because you're using more of the eight numerology. But this is definitely something that you may choose to do, and stick around for the tip of the week, because the tip of the week is actual Lionsgate portal ritual that you can actually do. And so I'm excited about that. All right. So if you are in a position where you can meditate, please get yourself comfortable. But if you are operating heavy equipment or driving, please don't do this meditation, because you don't want to do it when you're driving. So let me get the music going here and get us into our meditative space. So close your eyes and take a deep, slow breath in and gently release. Again, breathing in peace and breathing out anything you no longer need to carry. Allow your shoulders to soften, your jaw to relax, your heart to open. Imagine yourself now standing beneath a brilliant golden sky. Before you appears a radiant gateway of shimmering light. This is the Lion's Gate, a doorway not outside of you, but within you. With each breath, this golden light grows brighter, gently surrounding your entire body. Feel this energy filling every cell, every thought, every emotion with unconditional love. Now silently ask yourself, what am I ready to release? Allow anything heavy, limiting, or no longer serving your highest good to dissolve into the light. There is nothing to force, only allow. Now imagine stepping through the gateway. On the other side is the highest version of yourself. Confident, peaceful, healthy, joyful, living with purpose. Notice how this version of you stands, how they breathe, how they smile, how they trust life. Now allow those qualities to flow into your heart. Feel yourself becoming that version of you now. As the Lion's Gate reaches its peak on August 8th, know that every loving thought, every grateful feeling, every clear intention helps align you with the future you're creating. Now take a moment to silently place one heartfelt intention into this field of infinite possibility. See it already unfolding. Feel gratitude as though it has already arrived. Now take one deep breath, and when you're ready, bring your awareness back into the room, knowing the gateway remains open within you. So, how was that for you? If you weren't able to do the meditation right now, do it during the Lion's Gate on Saturday when you have when the full portal is open. This is what I would recommend. And it's just, great to use these energies that happen astrologically to help us. It's better to be in the flow than going against the flow. And so that's why I share all of this astrology and try to tie into it. So, all right. So let's now get into the Oracle of the Week. And of course, I forgot to put that one in there, my spread here. So take that off. And we are going to, wonder if I could get this on here now. The Oracle message of the week. Let's see if it'll come up. There it is. Okay, great. All right, so I was doing spreads this year, but and I was trying to do like 1 card spread in January, 2 card in February, but then when I got to May and June, it was like too much to do during the show. So we're going to go back to just 1 Oracle message, especially after we've kind of connected with Spirit. And I'm going to ask Spirit to give us a message. The deck that I'm using is called Trust Your Vibes by Sonia Choquette. And I do have this available on my Amazon store. I'll give you the link to that in a little bit. So we're going to ask Spirit to give us a message for us, for whoever's watching now, and even if you're watching during the replay. So let's see what Spirit wants us to know right now. Look at this one. Seek the truth. Seek the truth. That applies for sure. So I'm going to let you look at this while I read the message. The situation is unclear, and it may be difficult to separate fact from fiction. Ask your higher self to reveal the truth of the situation and peel away the layers of confusion clouding the scene. Be honest with yourself and your motivations as well. Honesty is more than just speaking truthfully. It's being transparent about your true intentions. Start by asking if you are consciously or unconsciously withholding information or distorting the picture for anyone. If you are, you're only hurting yourself. Moreover, your agenda will be revealed. And you risk losing the confidence and trust of others in you if your intentions don't match what you say and do. Conversely, do you intuitively sense that someone is not being honest and transparent with you? If so, trust your vibes. But keep cool. Investigate to get the truth. Do not let anyone gaslight you or make you doubt yourself. Instead, seek the truth by listening to your heart, body, and trusting what you feel, no matter what anyone says. Seek the truth. I like that one, and it definitely does apply in a situation I'm dealing with right now. So maybe that was just for me, but hopefully you got a message from that. And yeah, so if so, put it in the comments. I'd love to hear. All right, now we're ready for the tip of the week to raise your vibration. Last week's tip was a 3-minute future self-alignment, which is where every morning, before you start checking your phone and moving around, to actually close your eyes and imagine yourself already living the reality of your dreams. Feel the emotions that the future version of yourself has: gratitude, joy, peace, abundance. And ask this question: what is one action I can take today that matches that vibration? So this is a great one, and I did do it at least one day since I shared it with you, and it was pretty cool. So now I'm going to share with you this week's tip of the week to raise your vibration. And this is the one that's tied to the Lion's Gate. So before the Lion's Gate reaches its peak on Saturday, I want you to write down 8 intentions that represent the life you're consciously creating. And I'm going to do this myself. Um, I haven't had the time to sit down and really contemplate 8 intentions. And so after you've written that down, do the meditation that I just shared or any other Lionsgate meditation the day of 8/8, and read each of these intentions out loud with gratitude. And then spend 8 minutes visualizing those intentions as if they're already unfolding. You know, we have to feel the feeling as if it's already happening to get us to the vibration that matches what it is that we want. This is how the law of attraction works. And gratitude is one of the most important feelings. So let the feeling of gratitude be the energy that carries these intentions forward. Whether we're exploring our inner universe through meditation or our outer universe through disclosure, both journeys invite us to expand our awareness with curiosity, with discernment, and also with an open heart. So remember, every positive thought, every kind act, and every heart centered intention raises not only your vibration, but the vibration of the entire planet. So, my friends, if you enjoyed the show today, I want you to, let me know. And if you can, like, subscribe, share with a friend, get this good vibes information out there. It's so important that we take charge of our own lives and realize that we are creators. We're not here to just accept whatever happens. We are creators and we have to take our power back. And we're creators, not victims. And, society has wanted us to play this victim role so long because they can control us that way. We have to take our power back and know that we are captains of our own soul and it's up to us. So next week, so I would just want to share that with you. And I want to thank you for watching today. And, just enjoy the Lionsgate that's happening this Saturday. Maybe I'll see you in one of these events that's happening by Kelly Kaladny or the unity.com site. So I just want to thank you so much for watching today. And I will see you next week. Take care, everyone. Peace out.